Welcome back to my channel, where I have hastily produced, cheaply produced bass videos, mostly demos of certain basses, but also certainly tips, tricks, other things going on. So the big thing with my videos that most people like is the sound that's recorded with the bass is good. The sound's recorded direct instead of my voice, which is coming through a cell phone. It's a Galaxy S9. So today's victim is a 20th anniversary Squier Precision Bass Standard. Now the Standard series, when it first came out, was sort of where the vintage modifieds kind of ended up being. It was supposed to be sort of a premium Squier back before there were premium Squiers, you know, classic player series, all that stuff. This is essentially what you would call a precision special. What would be special would be the addition of a jazz bass pickup. So this is a passive configuration. Oh, by the way, I'm going to talk a little bit. So if you can't stand talking, fast forward to blah, 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 and you can listen to the bass. All right, so it's a passive configuration, volume, tone. The jack is on the bottom, which is nice. The wood isn't one that most people are familiar with. It's agathis, which I think is Indonesian, Southeast Asia, that sort of thing. But it looks nice. I really like the finish on it. The back even looks nicer. So typical Fender Precision Special neck, i.e. jazz bass neck. So as far as I'm concerned, this is just a Squier Affinity Series jazz bass neck. As to me, even a vintage modified neck is a Squier Affinity jazz bass neck with maybe blocking lays or something else going on. You do get the little Standard Series logo here, and if you look closely, someone, not me, has rigged this wonderful string here, and it's actually staying in tune. I'm shocked. One of the other things which I think is going to be hard to capture on film that makes this bass special, even though it's not labeled special, there is a 20th anniversary Squier Commemorative neck plate that actually looks kind of cool. It's got a nice logo on it. You got the same old tuners that you always get on a Squier. You got the same bridge you get on the Squier. You have the same, we forgot to ground the bridge that you get on the Squier. But it is what it is. So one thing I'll say before I jump in, and once I start playing, this time I'm just going to shut up. I know if you're watching my videos, it's hard for me to believe, right? One thing about this, and I try not to do it, but the action on this is horrendous. I've done one video where there was a bass where I just didn't have the tools needed to adjust it. It was a PVT-40, and people slayed me because I'm like, yeah, I don't know if I like this bass. Plus, it was really heavy. And yes, it's really heavy. I don't care who you are, it's heavy. It's an albatross around your neck. You cannot do 3 sets with that. There's no way. So this has got ungodly high action. I doubt the camera can see it. What's going on here? So if you look here at the bridge, it is down to the ground, which I doubt you can see. But what's happened with something else you probably can't see is there's a little, what used to be a crack that someone has repaired, i.e. filled it up to try to make it look better, where the truss rod went through the back of the neck. So as a result, the action is really high, so I'm risking life with it just playing this thing. However, I feel that it's good enough where I can get some sound out of it so that you can understand what it sounds like. Most of the purpose of my videos is just for people to know what things sound like. You know, you see this thing or something like it on Craigslist, 20 years from now, and you're like, yeah, was that any good? Did it sound any good? What was different about it, etc. So my bass videos pretty much at the moment are just chronicling what different basses sound like. And unfortunately, I have a bad case of gas gear acquisition syndrome, so I go through a lot of basses just to check them out. I can buy something cheap, and I'm not going to risk any real money on it, then I'll play it, put a demo up, and if I like it, I'll keep it. If I don't, I'll send it on its way. All right, so that is enough of the talking, well, almost. So going through my usual demo rig, it's a Zoom G1X which is a guitar processor. They make a version called a G1X. It's only like 60 bucks. This one's 80 bucks, but it's got a volume pedal that's assignable for wah and some other stuff. There'll be no wah today. If you listen to some of my other videos, that's usually what I'm playing through. And in this video, I'll put a link to how to get that sound out of this, which will also kind of tell you how to get the sound. What I like is a slightly distorted sound that's very compressed. It's got a lot of highs and whatnot. On this bass, that's going to end up being a little bit noisy. You're going to hear some shh. That's okay. At least you're going to hear what the bass sounds like. And then I'll go through the motions of different pickups and all that stuff. So, all right, here we go. All right, thanks for watching.